Belonging means family. It means sitting there being able to be comfortable with the people around you. Being goofy with everyone, being able to just relate to them, sometimes cry, just being open.
I think when you're in a place where you're valued, where your gifts are recognized and utilized, then I think that's when you know that you belong, that you have a place where you can be and you can be comfortably.
I remember being on the streets and not having a place to go and just take a break, a pit stop.
On the streets, I wasn't in contact with my kids hardly at all, so I wasn't connected.
Before Open Door, I could just say in my experience, it was like feeling lost, more feeling like an outcast, that you just didn't have a real sense of purpose.
Without Open Door, I wouldn't be where I am now. Like, I wouldn't know where I'd be right now without Open Door.
Experiencing homelessness is so much greater than someone not having a house to live in. It really is about this loss of the sense of home, a loss of sense of belonging, of where you're known, of where you're safe. And when that's taken away, it's really a loss of our own identity.
So there's a friend of mine that's dear to my heart, and I met her here at Open Door. She has been a part of our programs, but she also just comes and participates in church and is a part of this community. She says that it's a place where she gets strength and there's no judgment. And that's really important because we have seen her on her best days when she has been sober for days upon days upon days, and she's moving on up and getting all the things, and we have seen her when she has lost it all and is back to square one. That is the center of who we want to be, a place that's safe for someone on their good days and on their not so good days. On their days when they're celebrating and we get to celebrate with them, and on the days when we're crying and we have to be the shoulder to cry on.
One example I can think of is a guy, I won't share his name, but he was around when I was an internship, so this would be like back in 2012, 2013, and committed a crime, spent time in county jail, and went to prison. This last year, in 2019, he came out, and I knew his name. I was like, man, did you just get out? Because we would write him in prison. We would try to stay contacted with him. I mean, man, we had his file on him still. We were able to use his old documents and get his ID going again. But more than just a folder and ID, he had a relationship, and many relationships that knew his face, even though he gained a lot of weight, even though we gained a lot of weight and aged, that knew his face, he knew ours, and we were able to pick up right where we left off.
Whenever people are in a home, as everybody knows, you just feels much better. It allows friendships to grow. It allows just relationships to grow in general. Throughout the relationship, their attitudes just change. You can see that they have a sense of belonging, a sense of a place to be.
Being in my home, I feel calm and not scared anymore like I used to be when I was homeless, and safe and just good all around.
Once I got a place, of course my kids were relieved, but then I was able to reconnect and I've stayed connected. I feel like I belong again. I'm where I should be.
To be able to have a door that I can close at night and know that I'm safe and this is somewhere that I can at least start to build a relationship with my children and let them know that, hey, we have somewhere safe to be at night and we can close our eyes and know that nobody's going to come in this home and disrupt our peace. To have that place puts me 100% at ease. For me, for my children, I want them to be able to speak about what hurts them, what's bothering them, and if they have someone other than me, because it's hard for them to come talk to me sometimes. So to have a community and trust in the women that work here, I can tell my daughters, hey, if you can't talk to me, go talk to them, and then we can work it out. You know, so having that sense of belonging to a community and having people that care about them and they see that, it's a big deal for me because we didn't have that with our family.
Knowing that I'm safe, my baby's safe, We don't have to worry about anything really much, you know. It's actually a good feeling that I can, you know, take care of my priorities with my baby as well, being a young mom.
There's some place for you to be and feel like you are safe and know that there are people who care about you, no matter what your outside looks like, no matter what your inside looks like.
Regardless of what the world says, I have people in my life now that truly love me, that help me feel like I belong somewhere, and that's this family.